All right, let's take a deep breath together because if you've been trying to figure out what's happening in the Kingman market right now, you've probably heard a lot of mixed opinions. Some people think everything is crashing, others think nothing has changed. The truth is, neither one is accurate. What we're actually seeing is a shift toward equilibrium, and today I'm going to walk you through what that really means for you in your next move. So first, let's talk about what I call the new floor. Yes, prices have adjusted a little compared to last year, but here's the important part most people miss. More homes actually sold this January than last January in 2025. That tells us the market isn't stopping, it's stabilizing. And at the same time, we're seeing more new listings coming onto the market, which means buyers have more choice and sellers have more competition. Sellers are needing to price appropriately and stand out from the crowds in terms of marketing. That's a very different environment than we've had for the last few years. This right here looks like a Wall Street Journal national headline of a crashing market with the new listings jumping dramatically month over month. However, we need to keep in mind that this is still the beginning of the year for us in little old Kingman, and this is actually quite normal. It doesn't mean the market is flooded, but it does mean buyers are no longer fighting over one or two options, and there are a lot of new options available for buyers at the moment. So there is some changing happening along the sidelines. Buyers are slowing down, comparing more, and they're negotiating more thoughtfully. However, as you'll see, there's very little changes from the listing price to the purchase price actually happening. This is the number everyone is talking about right now. Homes are taking longer to sell, and by longer, I mean quite a bit longer, with a nearly 60% increase since the same time period last year. But longer doesn't mean bad. It just means we've moved out of the sprint phase and into a more normal pace. Sellers need to expect patience, and buyers need to recognize that they finally have time to make thoughtful decisions. Another key shift is pricing. Yes, prices are down slightly year over year, but month over month, we're actually seeing stabilization. What that tells me is that values are finding their footing. This isn't free fall, it's recalibration. And it's actually a good thing. And here's one of my favorite numbers because it cuts through the noise and it shows the actual movement happening in the market at the moment. Even with all the talk about slowdown, more homes sold this January than last year. Isn't that crazy? People are still moving, life is still happening, and housing is still very much in demand. The market isn't frozen, it's just moving a bit differently. This slide is really the heart of everything. We're entering what's called a balanced market. Markets ebb and flow and always have and always will. This is not an extreme seller's advantage, not an extreme buyer's advantage either, just equilibrium. Here, you'll also see that list price received number that I touched on earlier. We are not seeing a drastic reduction in purchase prices compared to asking prices. This is due to the homes that are properly priced from the get-go being the ones that are actually selling. Another reason for sellers to realistically price their homes from the beginning. A balanced market actually creates healthier negotiations and more sustainable outcomes for everyone involved. So what does this actually mean for you? If you're a buyer, you finally have breathing room. You have some negotiation room for homes that are priced too high. You have the time to explore your options and make good decisions without panic overtaking the process. If you're a seller, strategy matters more than ever. Well, that and have a bit more patience than in recent history. You need to be realistic going into the sale of your home and price it right from the beginning. With more inventory on the market, strategy, positioning, and marketing are what separate homes that sit from homes that sell fast and for the most money. This is no longer a market that allows for a home to just be entered into the MLS. You need to be deliberate and strategic, all while demanding properly marketed services. So if you've made it this far, you probably already understand that the market isn't chaos or just sitting still either. It's just going to require a different approach than it did a couple years ago. And honestly, that's where local experience really starts to matter, because when you understand the rhythm of the market, you can make decisions that feel calm and intentional instead of reactive. My goal with sharing all of this isn't just to give you a bunch of numbers, it's to help you feel confident about whatever direction you're considering next.